3, 2, 1. Alright, welcome back guys to Final Fantasy II. This is our Platinum Trophy run of the game, and as well as a walkthrough on how to get through the game and get to the Platinum Trophy. In the last episode, we took on the Summit Cave here, and we got wrecked by the final boss a couple times in there. But it's okay, we've taken a few game overs now already compared to the first game, so we're kind of getting used to the new level up system with the equipments and stuff like that. But in this episode, we're going to be doing a lot of back and forth through the different towns, and towards the end of the episode, we're going to get a new vehicle of traversal, so stick around for that. But the first order of our objective is we got to return to Altair and give Hilda the mithril that we obtained from finishing this cave. So that's where I'm going to head now, and I will see you guys in Altair. Okay, back in Altair, we're gonna head back up to the Rebels hideout, and we're gonna go straight up north, straight to Hilda's room, or the King's Castle room, or wherever, and we're going to talk to Hilda. The Empire also suffered heavy losses at the Battle of Finn. They're building the Dreadnought in Baft to help compensate for those losses. So if you guys didn't see the first episode, there's a new way of speaking in the dialogue in this game, and as you can see, that Dreadnought is highlighted red. That means it is a key word that we could use, so we can go ahead and hit learn, and we can learn the Dreadnought, and then we can ask Hilda about the Dreadnought. The Empire is using the people of Baft to build the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought itself is a massive, heavily armed airship, and we can also learn airship. So I think we already have airship learned, but we can ask about mithril. Please, lose no time and bring back the mithril. Oh, okay. We're asking about the mithril. This is why I've already got confused with this. We're asking about the mithril. We need to learn the Dreadnought, but we need to give her the mithril. So if we go to key items and then give her the mithril, that's how we proceed. I'm already getting confused. We found the mithril. Now we can finally be able to fight the Empire on equal footing. Please take the mithril to Thophy, the town and blacksmith. I'm certain he'll be able to make some magnificent weapons. But we did need to learn Dreadnought, so which is good. If we hadn't learned that already, I'm not for sure if we did or not in the previous episode. But we need to take it to the blacksmith, which would be meaning that we need to go down over here to the weapons shop. And as you can tell, there's no mithril items here. There's a javelin, which is pretty cool, but no mithril weapons here. So we got to speak to this old man here, which is Thophy. What could you want with me? I'm just an old man. And then we can give him the mithril. Oh, that's mithril. I've been waiting for a chance to work this metal for as long as I can remember. All right, leave the rest to me. Swords, armor, you name it. I'll start crafting. It's been too long since I let my hammer ring. You can buy equipment I made over the shop counter. This will keep your hands full, I tell you that. All right, so as you can see at the counter, there is another clerk here, so we can talk to this one. What can I do for you? And now there are mithril weapons. And we're wanting to use the mithril swords because the swords are the strongest weapon in the game as a whole. So we're gonna have everyone dual wielding swords in this game, just so we have the max amount of damage that we could be doing. And that means we need to change our formation because Maria was using a bow, so she was in the back row. Now we can move her to the front row now that she is using swords. And with the addition to the swords, there's also new armor over here in the shop as well. There's another clerk here as well that gives Mithril armor, which is 500, which are pretty expensive gear. So I'm going to go out to the grasslands here and farm some gil. I do have the gil multiplier turned on ×2, so it shouldn't take me too long, but I'm going to come back with around 5,000 gil, and then I will go ahead and buy all of that armor. Why is it buzzing? Okay, we were at our goal of 5,000. Oh, we got 5,084. That should be plenty to buy everyone some armor here. So we're going to go ahead and buy everyone some mithril armor, a mithril helm, and mithril gloves. And we have 500 to spare. So we'll get a helm for Minwoo just because. Even though Minwoo will be leaving our party towards the end of this video. But give him a little charity. This is going to be a massive upgrade for all of our people. All right, so with that taken care of, we are going to go back up and talk to Hilda again, and she will give us our next objective, I believe. The Dark Knight oversees the Dreadnought construction and was most capable. Fortunately for us, he's tending to other matters now. The thief of the Mithril has likely knocked the Empire off balance. I would like you to journey to Boft. If you are to stop the Dreadnought from being completed, this may be our only chance. And this would be where we'd learn the Dreadnought, but we already have done that. So we can ask about the Dreadnought now. We have a man in Boft. He's found a way to reach the Dreadnought. I want you to destroy it. At the very least, find a way to delay its completion. I have full confidence that with you and Minwu on this task, it will be accomplished. Alright, so now our next objective is to head to a new town called Boft, or not Boft, Boft, B-A-F-K, S-K, and then we will head there. It's more towards the east, I believe, so we're going to head to Boft. That's why I had Boft in my head. So we're going to take the boat over to Boft, and then we will head east towards Boft. Okay, so we made it to Boft. We're gonna go in and talk to Sid, I believe. I could have this backwards here. We already know about the airship. Let's ask him about the Dreadnought. Hump that over garbage scout airship aren't about how big you build them. Okay, so let's see if this guy would take us to Boft. He could take us to Boft for 100 gil. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in the airship, and he's gonna take us over to Boft. Save us some time. Save us some traveling with the boat. We can just hop in the airship and go. All right. So in Boft, I'm going to go ahead and check out these stores here. I don't know if they finally have freaking... They don't. These guys have anything different? They do. Where's the Phoenix Downs? There we go. 500... 5,000? That's 50,000. Holy crap. Okay, so those are overpowered. So we may come back for some of those at some point, but we're going to rest up in the inn because I have no MP to our name. 99 gil, which is quite expensive. But since we don't have any MP, it's probably why it's so expensive. And I'm going to stop at the magic store before we leave, before we head to the dungeon here. And hopefully I have enough gil. I do not have enough gil. I got 53. Can I sell some of these? Let's see if we can scrounge enough. We don't need any of these. Don't need those anymore. Don't need those anymore. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, we got plenty now. And I want to get the Asuna tome. That way we could cleanse status effects off of us when we get them. So let's go ahead and have Firian learn that, and we will be off our way into the next dungeon. So this next dungeon is right over there to the bottom left, as you guys can see. We're going to go ahead and talk to this Dark Knight. General Borg took command of things in Boft a short while ago. Things have gotten much easier than they were under the Dark Knight. It's hard to believe a bumbling idiot like Borg could become a general of the Imperial Army. Oops, you didn't hear that. So we're going to ask him about the Wild Rose. Aha, you're one of us. I had to be careful about what I did while the Dark Knight was here looking over my shoulder. But that great General Borg is anything but. He's just domineering? Blowhard. Okay. So we're going to ask him about the Dreadnought. So you're the ones that are set to destroy the Dreadnought. Don't worry, I'm on your side. There's an entrance to the sewers up ahead. It's a back way leading to the Dreadnought. Be careful. If they see us talking, they may start to get suspicious. So I'm out of here. Good luck. So we have a man undercover working for the Imperials. So let's go ahead and head into the dungeon. This is the Boft's Cave. Go ahead and turn my encounters back on. There is one encounter in here that we did get in the previous episode, but I will showcase it here, which isn't any of these guys. I don't think we've gotten the Vampire Thorn. Have we got the Vampire Thorn? It looks like a familiar enemy, but I'm not for sure if we've actually gotten him. So I'll highlight it here just in case we haven't. So that's the Vampire Thorn. I don't have it on my list here, but I don't know if we've actually gotten it or not. We got Field Research Basic, which is complete 10% of the bestiary entries, so I'm assuming we didn't have that one. But now we do. So I need to look at the map here and see how many chests are in here. Looks like there's only 3. And one of them is straight up ahead here. And the other one is down there. So let's go ahead and grab this chest up here. Soldier and a balloon. We've fought these enemies in the previous episode. Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and grab this chest with a longsword. We definitely don't need the longswords anymore now that we have the mithril gear. Alright, good level ups there. So we're still heading over to the chest here. Let's see. Okay. Here is the enemy that I was supposed to find in this cave, but we did end up finding him in the other cave in the previous episode, so I already marked him off the list, which is just a zombie. They are weak to the cure spell as well, because they're undead. So the cure spell would have done damage to him, but I think our cure is only at level 1, level 2, so I probably wouldn't have done that much to him. So yeah, that was the one bestiary entry, so I'm going to grab this chest down here and we'll continue on. Alright, and in this chest is a longbow. Weapons that we just sold to get another magic here. But yeah, everyone's still rocking the mithril, so we're still pretty strong. Besides Minwoo here, he's gonna rock the 2 long swords for now, because he's a little bit... He's not weaker, but he's going to be leaving the party here soon. So let's head to the next floor and see what we got. Alright, on the next floor here, looks like some more bit of a maze. I believe the last chest is through those doors up there on the right. So we're going to work our way up to that little opening up there, and we'll get a little cutscene, a little dialogue cutscene for us to look at, and we will more than likely wrap up this cave for now. Holy shit. Let's go with some skill. Again. All right, we made it up here to this first little intersection here, and there is the Dark Knight standing there. You're too late. The Dreadnought is complete. I've been working behind the scenes to see the project through to completion. End your resistance, kneel before your emperor. It is the only alternative left for you. Consider what I've said. When the time comes, we'll meet again. That must be the general guy. Yep. He looks like you came all this way for nothing. See for yourself. There is the Dreadnought. Operational. Emperor's Blitz. The Empire destroyed numerous towns with the Dreadnought. Well, that's unfortunate. But we must continue. So we're going to go through this door here. That's unfortunate, but we're going to have to continue either way. So we're going to head through this door here. And there is our last chest of the dungeon, which has the pass, which was the item that we were wanting when we came into this cave. So that is good. And there is a purple teleporter pad out of here that will prompt us to leave. All right, with the pass, we are going to head back to Paloom, I believe, and speak with Sid about the Dreadnought, and we're going to learn another keyword there for the Dreadnought. So yeah, since I flew over here, I don't really know how to get back. We're back in Poft. Poft is the town I was talking about, not Paloom. And we're going to come up here and talk to Sid. You want on the airship? You got to pay the guy behind me. And we're going to ask him about the Dreadnought. What you want to do? Blow it up? That thing's engine. Do that and you can bring down the whole overgrown tub. And we'll ask him about the airship. Airships are powered by sunfire. I'm sure the Dreadnought's no different. So we're going to learn the keyword sunfire. And I think that's all that we need. We'll ask him about sunfire. Controlling sunfire is tricky business. Let the frames get too high and get a runaway on your hands. The engine will blow sky high. And that's all we needed from Sid. And now we're going to head back to Paloom here. Well, we're just going to head back to Altair. And we need to go speak to Hilda. So we're going to talk to the boat guy out here and get a ticket back to Paloom. And we will head back to Altair. Okay, now that we're back in Altair, we're going to head back to the Rebel hideout and go straight up and talk to Hilda. Many were wounded in the Dreadnought's attack. The shock has even caused my father's condition to take a turn for the worse. I hate that my father has to see this. He knows his death is near. Is there nothing you can do, Minwoo? I should have taken my items off of Minwoo. I forgot about that. That's right. All those who live must die someday. It is our fate. Still, it is my duty as a White Wizard to ease the pain of those who suffer. I shall remain here and devote myself to the care of the wounded. I take my leave of you. The fate of the world rests on you, Firion. Waste no time in destroying the Dreadnought. Okay, so we lost some items from Minwoo there, but that is okay. We need to ask Hilda about the Dreadnought. Looks like we already did. And then we'll ask her about the Sunfire. Sunfire is the crest of the kingdom of Kashim. Kashim? Its flame still burns on the ground floor of Kashim Keep. Scott and Gordon have told many stories concerning the flame. The finer points of the tale are not known to me. However, I seem to reclaim the flame cannot be held in just any torch. Sid told us that we might be able to use Sunfire to destroy the Dreadnought. Then there is no time to waste. You must depart for Kashim Keep at once. If you hire Sid's airship, the journey should not take long. That leaves only one question. What can you use to bring the Sunfire back? Alright. So after this, we need to go talk to the king. If you guys noticed me glancing down, if you guys didn't see the first episode, I do have a little cheat sheet guide here kind of giving me directions on where to go. We're going to go ahead and talk to the Castle Finn king, who is still in the bed here next to Minwu. So many perished in the Dreadnought attack. Perhaps it would be best if we surrendered to the Empire. We're going to ask him about the Sunfire. Scott sealed the gates of Kashim Keep to protect the Sunfire in the event they were defeated in battle. You will need the Goddess's Bell to break the seal. So let's learn Goddess's Bell and then ask him about it. The whereabouts of the bell are known only to the Kesha royal family. Alright. And then we're going to go back to Hilda and ask her about the Goddess Bell. I told you there's going to be a lot of back and forth in this episode. I've heard Scott and Gordon mention the bell. The gates of Kashim Keep open only to the voice of Kashim or the ringing of that bell. The bell rests deep within a cavern on the snow plain. It will not be easy to retrieve. So it is your intention to enter the snow cavern. Very well. If only Gordon were here, there would be a need for you to risk such danger. But he isn't, so you must. There's nothing I can do but pray for your success. Joff knows the snow plains like the back of his hand. You should seek his counsel. Alright, so if you don't remember Joff, he is the guy that we seen back in Salaman. So that is where we are going to travel to and pick up Joff, and we're going to head to the same cave that we went to in the first episode and pick up a new mode of transport. Alright, we're back here in Salaman. If you guys don't remember where Joseph's house is, Joff's house, I believe it is over this way. But before then, we're going to stop in the magic store, and we're going to buy the life tome for 1,000 gil. And then we're going to go ahead and give that to Firion. Now that when Minwu's not in our party anymore, we have no way of reviving our party members if one person happens to go down. So that will be good there. I believe this is his house here. It is not his house. What is this? Nothing happens. Okay. Maybe that's something for later. I don't actually quite remember where his house is, but do we have to go on the outside of the... Is it this one? Might be this one. It is this one. Alright, here he is. It looks like you managed to save my daughter. Thank you. The Calorie Bergen had been threatening Nelly to get to me. Forgive me. If there's anything I can do to help, all you gotta do is ask. So we're gonna ask him about the goddess spell. The only way to reach the snow cavern is on my SNOWCRAFT. I keep the SNOWCRAFT hidden in the mine. There's a blue stone on the first floor that marks the spot. Look beyond the stone and to the right. The secret room's there, and the SNOWCRAFT is inside. I'm sorry I couldn't help you find the mithril, so I want to make it up for that by pitching in now. What are we waiting for? Let's go. And then Joseph, let's call him Joe. Let's call him Joe. Joe joined the party. What does he have? Old man. He's a monk. Okay, so he doesn't fight with anything but his fists. Interesting. Okay, so we kind of got our next mission. We're going to head back to the caves and retrieve the SNOWCRAFT. Alright, back in the cement caves, or falls, is what the name of it. It's falls, not caves. So here is the blue stone, and he said to the back right of it. Does he just like punch it open? That'd be cool. Kind of looks like it. Joe turns the small rocks, jolting out of the wall, and a passage appears. The SNOWCRAFT is in here. Let's go get it. One little room here, and we got the SNOWCRAFT. I believe that is all 11 chests in here, so we have all the chests in this dungeon. So we shouldn't have to go back here, but that is where I am going to end this episode here. We did a lot of back and forth today, not very many bestiary entries, but in the next episode, we're going to be heading up to the northern top part of the continent and journeying to the Snow Cavern, so stay tuned for that. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe for more. Let me know if these videos are helping you guys getting a platinum trophy on the Final Fantasy games. I'm really enjoying playing through these games. I've never done it before, and it is an experience that I've always wanted to do, but now I've chose the time to do it. Again, thanks everyone so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.